Hello and welcome to class today. We're going to be doing a beginner's flow towards tree pose. I welcome you to have a chair or a wall handy. I'll be having a chair on the mat and also maybe a cushion or a blanket, and if you have a block, maybe you can have a block just for under your hips when you're in a seated position. I can't wait to see you on the mat. We're going to be starting in a lying position. So we're going to be starting in a lying position. You're welcome to have your pillow under your head. Coming to a lying position, and really feel each part of your spine on your mat. Open out the palms and have your feet on each corner, the end corners of Have your feet on the end corners of your mat, little wider than hip distance, and allow the eyes to close or have a soft gaze. Here, just notice how the glutes feel against the earth, how the earth is lifting you up. And you're going to start to feel a grounding experience being in this posture. If it's a little bit uncomfortable, you're welcome to move. You could always come to a seated position if lying is just never comfortable for you. You could also put a cushion or blanket under your hips if you feel like your hips need it. So just allow yourself to relax down towards the mat, feeling completely grounded with the mat. The air that touches your bare skin weighs you further into the mat. Your joints go deeper into the ground. And you begin to feel heavy here as you relax your feet, your legs, hips, base of your spine, your upper back, shoulders, upper arms, lower arms and hands. The back of your head feels heavy against the floor. And you completely relax down towards the mat. And as you relax down, you feel your inhales and your exhales coming throughout the nose and traveling down to the lungs. And you may feel that breath come throughout the body all the way down to the toes, the fingertips, travelling back up and out, getting rid of anything that's no longer serving you. Or it might just simply be a breath coming in and out of the lungs. With each inhale, feeling that breath or prana, as we sometimes call it, bringing it into your body, and at each exhale allowing the prana to relax you further down into the mat, grounding you. Begin to move your fingertips, your toes and bring your hands above your head. Give yourself a full body stretch, pulling your toes away, all the way apart. Your fingertips come all the way apart and you stretch up above your head. Your legs stretch, maybe your back arches against the floor, waking your body up again. Bring your knees towards the chest and your hands come to the knees and you do some circles with those knees. It might be quite tough on your tailbone, so I invite you to put a blanket under your hips if that's so. Breathe in, breathe out. Change directions. And then bring the left foot down, the right leg stays up, and do some circles one way and the other way. Then find some stillness, bend and straighten the leg, feeling it in the knee. It might not come fully straight, depends on how your hamstrings feel. And then do some circles with your toes so it's warming up your ankle. And the other direction. Bring the foot down, bring the left leg up. Bring in some circles into the hip. Letting the weight of the glutes come maybe down a little bit too. And your knee might not be as close as this is for me. It might be harder to move that knee, it might be little circles, but all that movement is still really good. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of your journey. And you'll find in time the movements change. Just trying to then bend and straighten that leg. Just see how it feels. If it goes straight, that's fine. And if it doesn't, it doesn't matter. You can even allow that leg to kind of come away from your hands and straighten a little bit further away from your chest, and you might find that a little bit easier. Then bring some circles in the ankle, allowing the breath to flow freely, and the other direction. Bring the foot to meet with the other foot. Take a moment here. Allow the knees to kind of rock from side to side, the weight rocking from foot to foot. And when you're ready, come to a seated position, whatever's comfortable for you. When you're in a seated position, bring your legs down so they can be like this or they could be straight. And you're going to bring your hands all the way up, breathing in, clasp the right hand over the left wrist and then begin to stretch towards the right side. You'll feel it in the side body hopefully. Breathe in. Maybe go a little bit further. Bring yourself back up. Clasp the right hand with the right wrist with the left hand to the other side. And then bring the hands down. Shrug the shoulders towards the ears. And in your next exhale, sigh the shoulders down. Make it nice and vocal. Bring them up and sigh them down. One more time. Take a moment, notice the breath. And we're going to make our way onto hands and knees. We're going to do one round of cat-cow. So we have done this in past classes, but if you are new to it, you're going to drop your belly down. Your bum's going to tilt towards the ceiling and your chin is going to just gently lift. You're going to drop that chest down and drop the belly down, and your back is going to be in a back bend. Very gentle, and this is an exaggerated movement for myself, just to show you how the movement works. Breathe in, breathe out, tilt the tailbone down and bring the belly button towards the spine, engaging the core. Rock your head down so your chin comes to your chest. And then tilt it back to neutral position. And this time we're actually going to bring a little bit more movement into it. We're going to bring the right hand out and the left foot is going to come back to its toes. It's very strong here, so if it's a bit intense, feel free to do this on your back, like I've shown in I think last class, so you can continue doing it on your back. Breathe in, breathe out. You drop that belly down, tilt the tailbone up. Cow pose, but just a little bit stronger. Bring the hand back to meet with the other hand. Foot comes down. And the other side. Still having that tilt in the tailbone. Your belly is dropping down. Your core is working here. Bring the hands down, tilt the tailbone, bring the toes together, the knees come apart, bring your bum down to meet with the heels. Child's pose, or if it's uncomfortable in child's pose, feel free to go into a seated position. Lift back up. Tuck the toes, and again bring the bum towards the heels. Lift the knees up and come into downward facing dog. Push with the hands, push with the feet, and if this is a bit too intense for you, feel free to come back down and come back up again. Bring your knees all the way back down, everybody. You can also pedal the knees in your downward facing dog, so we're going to try that now. Tuck the toes, bring the bum up towards the sky and pedal the knees. Just see how it feels on your hamstrings. Your heels do not have to reach the ground. Look towards your toes. Push through the wrists, the shoulder blades. Bring yourself back down. And then make your way to standing. However you choose to get to standing is absolutely fine with me. I do not mind. We're going to come to a standing position, and we will find Tadasana. Mountain pose is a very grounding posture, and we're going to just open out our palms. Our feet are about hip distance apart, and we're going to just let ourselves close down the eyes and notice the body. Your body should feel a little bit warmer. You've built a little bit of warmth, a little bit of heat in your body. Allow the breath to flow freely through the nose. And again, notice the feeling of the grounding in your feet, coming all the way up your legs. Maybe it comes to the root of your spine, all the way up the spine. Feel the shoulders come away from the ears. So with a chair, it doesn't have to be a chair, it could be a wall. Anything that's about hip height. This is a little bit higher than hip height, which is fine. My hand can still rest on it. We're going to bring the weight onto the left foot to begin with. Hand comes to the waist where the other one is on the chair. The left foot, you're going to bring the weight into the left foot. The right foot's going to peel up off the floor. Now we could just turn that hip out and we'll feel it in the hips. We just want to see how far this knee can go towards this side of our mat, the short side of our mat. Just see how it feels. And you want to find a point in front of you. In yoga we call it a drishti. We want to find a point and we want to focus on that point. This just helps us stay really balanced, and we don't then also become overwhelmed with other things going on around us because we have a still point in front of us. We're finding stillness in the mind for stillness in the body. Feeling the openness of the hip in tree pose. The strength in the left leg. You might have a small micro bend in that leg if it feels a little bit achy. A little bit achy in the hamstrings, maybe the quads don't like it, maybe the knee is not happy. Just listen to your body. One more breath and bring that foot down, let it go. Coming to the other side. Bringing the right hand to the chair, the left hand comes to the waist, left foot peels off the floor, bring the weight onto your right foot and begin to open up that left leg with the toes are still on the floor. We're not letting go and having the toes just be all the way around here. They're just on the floor, they're planted, they're grounded. Breathe in and out. Find your drishti in front of you. You're planting the seed for strength. You are planting great intentions here with coming on the mat and doing a grounding posture like tree pose. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Strong breath. Micro bend in that right knee if you need it. And let that left leg go down again. Just see how your feet feel and your legs feel in this posture now. Just Tadasana, but just see how it feels. See if they feel different. You might feel a little bit more heat, and maybe even feel your heart beat a little bit faster. Bring the chair off the mat now to position, and you're welcome to have a cushion under your bum. Take a moment here just to adjust yourself accordingly. Think about your spine being nice and straight, so the crown of your head is going up towards the ceiling. Your knees are bent, but they're about hip distance apart. We're going to bring the right knee a bit closer than the left knee, and we're going to turn that right knee out. I'll show you this way. Turn that right knee out, and that knee is going to come towards the floor. It may not make it to the floor. You can always hold it with your hand, put a pillow, a block, a blanket, or even like a book underneath your knee, just to open up onto the right side of your body. And then maybe you can walk your hands a little bit down the left leg to find a forward fold. Feeling it in the spine, the hamstrings. Strong core, lift yourself back up and bring yourself to the other side. Bending in your right leg, your left leg is going to be a little bit more bent, and you're going to turn it out to the side. Breathe in, breathe out, forward fold over that right leg, flex the right toes, flex the left toes, strong legs to protect the knee. Your foot's nice and active, your leg's nice and active. Bring yourself back up. Bring the legs together. Take a moment here. Bring that cushion away from your bum and make your way onto your back. Finding yourself in your back, your feet are planted on the floor and your knees are bent towards the sky. You're going to bring your hands down and your hips are going to begin to lift off the floor. We're coming into bridge pose, and this is a very strong pose, and when we're at the top of the pose we want to squeeze the bum, squeeze the glutes so that we protect the spine. Breathing in, breathing out, squeeze the glutes. Breathing out, come back down. We're going to do that twice more. It's a very strong posture. Think about tilting the tailbone so all your spine comes flat to the floor. As you lift up, squeezing the glutes, your weight comes onto the shoulders. Bring yourself back down. Now this last one we're going to stay for 3 to 5 breaths depending on how you feel. Take a moment and then come up, squeezing the glutes. The knees are not splaying out. Our feet are fully planted. We're not on our toes. We're not on our heels. We are completely grounded through the feet, through the shoulders. 2 more breaths if you can. Bring the hips down. Bring the knees towards the chest. Take a moment here. Bring your hands to the backs of your thighs and spread open the legs. You're coming to happy baby here. Rock from side to side. Just notice how you feel. Bring the feet down to the floor slowly and you can begin to stretch out the legs to the corners of your mat. Opening out the palms. Opening out the palms, and you can put a blanket over the top if you'd like. We're coming into Shavasana here. This is our last pose, our relaxation. Stay as long as you'd like. Breathing in, letting it go just like we did in the beginning, feeling the weight of your body come down onto the ground. The earth has got you, it's cradling you, you're completely safe here. Breathing in, breathing out. Allow that breath to travel all the way down to your toes as your toes relax down. Your feet relax down. Knees, thighs relax. Your hips relax down. The lower spine relaxes. Shoulders relax down, and the breath travels all the way down to your fingertips. Your arms heavy. Your eyelids heavy, and the back of your head is heavy against the floor. Each exhale you get heavier into the floor. Each inhale you feel prana travel to all the corners of your body. You are safe. This is a safe space for you to come into relaxation. slowly bring the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side until you're ready to make it up into a seated position. Making your way up to a seated position, get comfortable back on a cushion. Maybe your legs are up straight, whatever works for you. Bring your hands to the heart center and just notice that breath again. It's what makes yoga special, is noticing the breath and being aware of it. Allow the chest to fill and let it all go. Thank you for coming to class today. Thank yourself for coming to class. Thank you for getting on the mat. Thank your body for being here, making it on the mat, making you able to have such a wonderful practice. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. If you'd like to see more, I encourage you to look at my other videos and save them for another day. Like this video, subscribe for more videos, and join me on my social medias. I'd love you to be a part of the community. Thank you very much.